Good day, good night, all. Welcome back. Welcome back. Thank yourself for tuning in again to another broadcast. Returning guests, a special guest, again across the pond, feminine energy, Marci Scott, third place holder in the IFBB Pros.
Not yet.
Congratulations. No?
Not yet. No, not yet. So I'm on my way to becoming a pro. I was in the NPC, which is the National Physique Committee. And
Community. Okay.
that's the stepping stone before you get to IFBB Pro. So I am on now the road to pro. That's what I will be posting from here on out, starting in like March.
Excellent. Well, thank you very much for the correction. I'm jumping ahead of myself, but at the same time, speaking it into
I was just
existence.
gonna say you're claiming it. You're manifestation, man.
Yeah.
Manifestation. Yes.
Yes. As a man thinketh and speaketh, so it shall be. And also, most importantly, Marcy, you're putting in the damn work. You're putting in the work, young lady. Congratulations. Salute. You are a beacon of light. And for women of an older age, not just the youngsters who are posting these little videos and stuff, working out, with the tripods and stuff, you're actually doing it and putting a lot more context and detail into what you're doing as well. So thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah, it's I've competed before. I don't know if anybody who's ever followed my journey and they've been with me for a minute. I've competed in the past, and the last time I competed was 2016, and that was in figure. So I went to a different division this time. Um, I'm now doing bikini.
Can you explain the difference,
Yes,
Marcy?
I will. So figure is a little bit more muscular, right?
Hmm.
And they have different posing positions that they do. The figure, you're kind of standing to the side, and you've got wider lats. You've got a
Ah,
little bit more, not as pronounced glute area, but they're still muscular, but not as round
hmm.
as bikini. And like I said, it's definitely more muscle mass. And then bikini, it's still it's still muscle, but it's just not as much, right? You're a little bit smaller, a little bit more toned. They don't want to see as much muscle on bikini as they
Ah.
do in figure, right? So those are the two differences right there. Um, and for me, I was going to do wellness, and now wellness is bigger lower half. So think Brazilians, right? Brazilians,
Ah, with the
right?
massive
Yes.
quads and yes.
Yeah, Brazilians have that locked, right? So I was gonna do that because I could have gone either way, bikini and or either wellness, but I didn't want to do I didn't want to add on as many peds, any extra, you know what I mean? I'm already on some. I don't have a problem saying that I am on some, but I didn't want to do as much it was going to require for my
Yeah.
legs to get as big as for me to compete where I needed to compete. Does it make sense?
Oh, major sense. Just
Yeah,
looking at the workout, never mind the extra sauce behind closed
a lot of
curtains.
work.
A
Yeah,
lot of work.
a lot of and I know just as you said earlier, I'm older and I've had back issues, and I didn't really want to
Mm.
add any extra stress on my back. My back has been good for the past 2 years. I think my last surgery was 2 years ago, so I haven't had any spasms, no problems. But I'm also working out smart, and I knew that if I was doing wellness, I was going to have to put on some serious muscle mass on my lower half, and I'm like, no.
Yeah. Yeah.
No to that. I think I'm good. I'm good.
Mm.
So I chose bikini, and I'm glad I chose bikini because my first time out, right? I came in first place in my category, 50 and above, and I was amazed. And then I came in fifth. I came in fifth in 45 and above. And then in my fourth, and when I did 40 and above, I came in like, I want to say 11th. So those were the three. That was my very first one, the one that was in October, right?
Okay.
So then I got feedback from the judges. They told me what I needed to do. I did it again in November. So I literally had 3 weeks to get my shit together. Did it
Yes.
again, came in first place again at 50 and above, and then came in fourth place on 40 and above.
Tremendous.
I went from 11th to fourth place. That to me was really impressive. I was really happy with that.
Oh yeah, you should be. You most definitely should be. I mean, the to be able to do what's necessary to jump those extra steps, and not just by one or two, to make a leap to that is That is excellent. It clearly took a lot of work, and I saw some of the dietary bits and pieces that you were going through the meal preps, etc. Um, was it much that you did? Question actually. Let me phrase this slightly differently. Did you know what you needed to do to get to that other stage, or was it a case of, oh, that was a good tip actually. If I work more on that area, that will definitely get me to that another place kind of thing?
So as far as the feedback from the judges or what
Yes.
okay, yeah. So one of the main judges basically said I needed to tighten up my skin and that I needed to come in a little bit more conditioned and that I needed to work on my glutes. So with that, my coach and I, Coach Jody, hi, she literally changed my workouts just for those 3 weeks. And within those 3 weeks, like I dropped down 3 more pounds. I came in a little bit tighter and my glutes were a little bit, and it was posing that really got my glutes to kind of pop the way that he
Okay.
was asking them to. Posing does a lot. That is the secret. If you can pose properly, you can definitely outpose the girl next to you. And she may have a better physique, but if she doesn't know how to pose to get her that
Ah.
ass curve, to get the glutes popped up the way that they're supposed to, honey, I didn't know that posing was such a huge factor.
Mhm.
And posing in bikini is hard as hell. Like it's hard. And again, like I said, I've had back problems. They want you to have lordosis. So basically, lordosis is where your pelvic is and let me make sure that I say this correctly. Rotated internally, I think that is. I'm probably saying it wrong. So basically, your hips have to be pushed back, right? So if you're
Okay.
standing like this, you want your
Oh,
butt to come out. You want that curve instead of standing straight up.
yes.
It could be literally like I said, lordosis.
Mm.
And that's how you get, and then the placement of your toes. So she was having me place my toes out, which makes your glutes kind of turn out more, which makes them wider. If your feet are straight, that makes them more streamlined. If your knees are turned out, oh my goodness, everything,
Wow.
everything. I didn't know that it was that much work. And literally, when I tell you, I would go through these sessions with her when she would do me on Zoom, because she's out in Florida. I would be sweating.
I can
So
imagine.
sweating because she's like, hold it. And I'm just like, oh my God.
What?
But it's great conditioning because on stage, when they're looking at you, the judges will make you hold it.
For
They will
what?
do you know how many girls I looked at literally doing this while they're holding it because they're facing
Wow.
away from the judges?
Yes.
Because it's literally you're contracting and you're holding it there. Man, that's I think that's the hardest part.
Well,
Not the workout. It's literally
yeah.
posing on stage and then having to hold it during comparison rounds. That's the
No.
hardest part.
What type of length of time are we talking about? Because I've watched a few of the competitions that it can be quite lengthy.
Yeah, if you're doing the comparisons and they really want to see you hold, like to see who's got that condition, you could be up there for a good 60 to 90 minutes, 90 seconds.
No. Woo,
Holding,
woo.
holding, holding, not moving,
Yeah.
holding. And that static hold, that shit is hard. That is hard. That's like doing a squat and then just holding it midair.
And holding, yeah, yeah, exactly.
That's the perfect example that I could give. That shit
Yeah.
burns. It burns. Yeah. So,
Holding 45 kg.
yeah,
Wow. So, okay, so I guess repetition, repetition, repetition creates and enables you to be able to go that long in regards to those long pose downs in essence.
yeah. That's that conditioning. That's that conditioning.
Mm,
And that's why we always check in. I check in her, even though I'm off season right now, I check in with her weekly. I do my poses in between my workouts, when I'm resting, I'll
yeah.
do posing just to make sure that I'm hitting it right. And she gave me a very good line. My last show, she was like, if you're not in pain, you're not posing.
I like that. That's catchy, that is.
But it's the truth. And that's
Yeah.
how I knew that I was hitting my right pose. And I was like, ah, that hurt. That's where I'm supposed to be.
Mm,
And not hurt like pain, like you could just, it's that tightness, I should say.
yes.
That
Yes.
tightness. Yeah.
That uncomfortableness that
And that's the thing. You got to sit through it. That's that grit. That's the
yeah.
yeah, that's the part where most people lose it. sitting
I,
in that
I,
uncomfortableness.
yeah, I've seen people. Well, not I haven't seen any women, but I've seen males pass out at that stage you're talking about.
Mhm. Mhm.
It-
Yeah,
It's yeah,
it's a lot of work.
it's
It really
yeah.
is. Like people may have, I don't know, some people, I was talking to one of my teammates and she was saying that her family thinks it's just about getting on stage half naked. And I'm like, no,
Oh no,
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 it's not.
no.
It's really about showing off what one has done for however long their building season was. It could be anywhere between 6 to 12 months, 18 months, depending on the person. And it's literally just showing off and chiseling it down so that, I mean, obviously it's subjective, right? But it's really more, it's about confidence, honestly. It
Oh
really is
yeah.
about confidence and stepping on that stage in a two-piece bikini or a tiny little string for the men if they're doing bodybuilding, right? It's confidence. It's to say that I did this, I've done the work, regardless if they're doing any extra stuff or not. You can't get strong just by doing PEDs. You got to
It's
get strong by putting in the work, putting in the
mm,
repetition,
yeah.
doing that time under tension, making sure that you're eating right. It
Mm,
doesn't matter. And that's another thing too that I see on some of these Facebook pages. Oh, you're on steroids. And so what? Who cares?
mm,
Do you know how much work it takes in order to even make this stuff work for you? Because
yeah.
if you don't do the work, now you're just gaining weight for no reason. Right? Now you're just walking around looking like a little fat Oompa Loompa. What the hell?
Yes, exactly. Exactly. You've got to tear that muscle. You've got to repair that muscle. You've got to fuel that muscle. You've got to have those days off. You've got to yeah, man. There's a lot that goes into it, man. It's all consuming. And again, salute, and I have to commend you because you're not single. You have a family.
That shit was hard. Fortunately, my daughter is homeschooled, so it's easy. I get up, I tell her what to do, I leave.
Okay, 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 okay.
Yeah.
You figured that element out of it. Going,
And it's great because I don't have to wake up at 5 now. Yay.
here we go. Is that it? How long have we implemented the homeschooling?
So this is her first season. So she just started this in August. And
Excellent.
and the reason why we started is because she does dance. She does competitive dance.
What
And
style?
so she would be so like we start her season starts January, the third week of January. And we're usually gone. Sometimes we'll go out of state, sometimes we'll go North Georgia,
Hmm.
go over to Alabama, North Carolina, but we're usually gone from Thursday through Monday.
Wow, a
So
long
she's
period.
missing school on Friday and Monday.
Hmm.
And after 10 absences, like they send you a letter, which scared the shit out of me. They send you a letter saying your child has been absent 10 times and the county and the government is marking it down. I'm like, okay, y'all are scaring me. But coming to find out, which I didn't real well, I knew it, but I forgot about it, that the schools get paid when
Yes.
children are in school. So that's why I sent
Yes.
you that letter to kind of get you scared. And
Hmm.
so I was like, well, instead of doing that and her waking up tired because she was coming home from dance at like 9:30, not going to bed till 10:30, and then she's got to wake
Oh,
up at 6. I'm an advocate for sleep. I know I preach
yes.
about it all on my social media, but I also preach it and I do it with inside of my household. I get 7 and 8 hours of sleep.
You have to.
Single night. Absolutely. I'm in bed no later than 10:30, honey, and I wake up at 6:30.
Mm, mm.
I not only do I tell everybody to get sleep, and I make my daughter, she goes to bed at 10:30, she doesn't wake up till 9.
There we go. Well, she's younger as well, so it's think about it. Every 30 days, the cells are totally replenished and replaced. Skin, everything.
Yeah.
So sleep is the optimal time when that stuff is taking place.
Absolutely. And people are like, I don't need that much sleep, but you do. You do. I
Yeah.
can see people getting away with 6 hours, right? But anything less than that, like your body starts to run down. You can't think, you can't function. Your body is not doing what it's supposed to do. You can't
No.
work out properly. Like
You're just on
I'm
a
an advocate
deficit.
of it.
You're working within a deficit if you're not having that minute. I mean, I'm not far from a doctor, far from it. But based upon my varied and long research, that's 7 hours to 8 hours is the optimal time.
It's- It is. It
It,
absolutely is.
and over a period of time, you cheating yourself by thinking, yeah, I'll put an extra couple hours in at work to get the fiat currency to do whatever with. Come year 6, come year 7, the arthritis is in the knee. the neurological problems, the insomnia, the gut problems, the
Oh yeah.
gouts, all of these things start to just manifest and appear out of nowhere.
I know. I know. I know. So yeah, we're a huge I'm a huge advocate for sleep.
100%. Getting back to that confidence she was talking about, how does one build, obviously, working out, get into the position that you can sign and put yourself down for a competition, but then to actually turn up on Showtime and stand with all of those lights and all of those people in the audience and in a row of judges there, how do we overcome that?
I mean, you're talking to a performer. You're talking to a performer. So for
Uh,
me, getting on stage really wasn't anything. Like I thrive. I thrive on it, which is why I'm so active on social media.
mhm,
I thrive on being on that stage to be able to show off my personality, right?
mhm.
For someone that's never done it, like I was talking to one of my teammates. I had two girls with me in my last show, and one of them was brand new. She had never done it before, and I'm glad that we were there. Me and my other teammates. It was three of us to be able to give her that confidence. But even then, she got on stage and she rocked it. Once you get on that stage, you kind of like become oblivious.
Autopilot. Yeah,
Yeah, right? Like
yeah.
just if you've if you've practiced your posing enough, the repetition of it just literally just takes over your body, right?
Yes, yes.
And then you can't really see the people in the audience. You really just see the judges right in front of you.
Hmm.
And if they've got good music playing, you kind of just zone out, honestly.
Yes,
Yeah.
I hit the nail on the head with the music as well. That also ties it all in together as well.
It does. It does. So, I mean, for her, it was a good experience, and I'm glad that we were there. For me, like I said, I thrive on it.
You
So
love it.
it's
You
not,
love it.
I do. And that's the reason why I decided to get back into it because watching my daughter on stage with her little sparkly costumes and the smell of
Mm,
glue, like, I need to be back on stage.
I want that.
I want that. I'm missing that. And I knew that I wanted to do something for me my whole life. Like I obviously took 10 years off to really devote to her to
Hmm.
make sure that she was well taken care of and my family. And so I just knew like she's pretty self-sustained at this point. And that's
Yeah.
how I knew that it was a good time for me to start taking care of myself. And I think that's something that parents, especially moms,
Mm,
have that habit of doing. They devote their life, which you're right. You're a mom, you're a parent. I get that, but to be able to kind of separate yourself and realize who you were before you had children, I think that's ultimately the key in life. That is
hmm,
the key to happiness,
mm,
right?
hmm.
Because once your kids are gone, now what? You've devoted 18, 21 years
Yeah,
to them, didn't do anything for yourself. You're
yeah.
sitting around, you could, I mean, not to say that every single parent goes into is unhappy with doing that. However, I think that parents should take time for themselves, whether it's going on vacations with their husbands or their girlfriends,
Hmm.
going to go work out. Like I'm not always saying go work out all the time. I'm saying do something that you find that's going to create some sort of self-worth for you with inside of yourself as
Hmm.
your children get older. So one, they can see that you are enjoying life, right? And that you're
Yeah.
not wrapped up around them and what they're doing.
Hmm.
And two, you don't have this sort of resentment of sitting around not doing anything.
I looked after you for 19 years of my life and I sacrificed and yeah, yeah.
Right. So I knew that this was it. When I started getting that itch and I was like, I'm getting on stage. And so my daughter sees me and she's happy. She was like, "Ooh, mommy, that suit is pretty. Oh, ooh, mommy, I like your long hair. Ooh, mommy, you
Mm,
look good." Like
yeah, yeah.
seeing that I'm doing something for myself and I'm still able to take care of her. I'm still able to be there for her when she needs it, you know?
What form of dance is she doing?
So she does competitive dance. So she has different genres. She
Ah,
does
she's
jazz funk. Her solo is jazz funk, which is like a jazz hip hop.
yeah, I know it.
And
Yes.
I chose that because she does really good in hip hop. She does really good. She's light right, but she
Mm.
take after her mama.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, thank God. In the beginning, I was a little concerned. I was like, can you dance? Do you have
You,
rhythm?
you got that rhythm in you, young lady.
She got rhythm, honey. She's got it, which I love. So she's got jazz funk as her solo. She
Hmm.
does musical theater because she's very animated. We act very silly in this household. Which I like being silly. Like, I'm
Keep
funny, I'm silly.
keeps
I
you
like,
young, sis.
oh my God, absolutely. Absolutely.
Hmm.
I don't take anything too seriously. I really don't.
Well,
Like,
look, in the current state of affairs, this plane of existence is currently in, it's good to have a laugh and have a joke because the world's very serious at the moment. It's very serious.
yeah,
So to
yeah,
have some levity and some laughter and some enjoyment outside of your drive and striving for physical perfection, your daughter, pouring everything into your daughter, her bits and pieces, you've got to have that time to smile, to giggle, and to laugh.
yeah, for sure. And that's what we do. We like being really silly in this household, just walking around doing whatever. So she does musical theater, jazz, tap, obviously hip hop, ballet,
Oh wow.
goal, and contemporary.
She's doing it
And then
all.
acro, which is not a dance, but it's still part of it. Acro.
I've never.
Acrobats.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, because a lot of like when they do like front walkovers, back walkovers, cartwheels, those are all considered acrobats.
Okay.
Yeah.
See, this is good. This is. I mean, again, this is a wonderful physical and verbal lesson for people because, and I know things can change the older children get, but if we don't put our children into um activities, physical activities, and the child seeing the mother and the father doing physical activities, you're created and shaped by your environment, right?
Mhm.
So if most high willing and trustfully, this strive and thirst for athleticism and to perform and to dance isn't stopping when the young lady blossoms into a young woman and says, "See you later, mother. I am now going to go out into this big wide world." She's going to have all of that within her. Yes, I'm going to go running around the park every day, do 2 laps to keep myself fit. These are the things that it's so important. Self-defense, whether it's a combat sport, jiu-jitsu, boxing, whatever it is, involve your children into these activities at the earliest age possible.
It is definitely important. There's too many kids nowadays with nothing to do besides sitting on their phones here, right? Just always on their phones, hunched over. Um, I'm an advocate for it. I like, and she enjoys it. She enjoys being in her activities, right? Um, she also enjoys eating well, which that's something else that I've embedded inside of her. She's better than her dad. She like on the days where she's not doing any activities, like last night, she was like, "Mom, can I have some chicken and broccoli?" I was like, "Do you want any fries or any rice?" She was like, "No, because I didn't do anything today." Okay,
I
okay.
like it.
And she asked me for that, right?
Yeah.
But I've also have talked to her about this without making it seem like you're gaining weight or I don't talk about my
Oh no.
weight in front of her. I don't degrade anybody. I don't do any of that.
Mm,
I literally am like, here's what I give her the essence of what food does. I'm like, food is fuel,
yeah,
right?
there we go.
Do anything and you've got carbohydrates, right? Like carbohydrates are for fuel. Like, what did you do today? And I've said
Mm,
this to her before, and she was like, nothing. Okay, well then you don't need any carbs. Okay. But then broccoli's got carbs in it, right? So do green beans, right? And
yeah.
popsicle for dessert. So it's not like I'm depriving her. We got cookies downstairs, we got popcorn downstairs. Honey, I made a key lime pie.
One now.
So it's not like we don't have these things in the house. She's just really she's grasping and she has an understanding that food is fuel and that
Mhm.
activities are good for your body. It keeps you healthy. It keeps you, able, So yeah.
Yes. And as we discussed on our first conversation, which was more centered around middle age and health and stuff. What else could you add in regards to, especially currently, for women who are in that kind of rut and they're thinking about the New Year's goals and, let's do that again and let's sign up at the gym. What kind of mental thing? Because it's all in the mind. It starts here first as an idea, and then when you physically want to put it into practice, electrical signals are sent to each coordinating body for you to get up off your ass and do it. So what mental exercises or places or brain training would you suggest for women in that kind of scenario that they'll start every January with that New Year's wish kind of thing, and then by February, oh, life's taken over.
So, because I don't make New Year's resolutions, I don't have that mindset. What I can only speak for myself and what started me because there was a point, what year is this? 25,
Yes.
24, 23. So 22, 23, I was out living my best life, right? I was about 155 plus pounds. And so coming out here, I just was drinking, eating what I wanted, wasn't really working out. And if I did, it was sporadic. I
Yeah.
didn't have a motivation, didn't want to do it. I wasn't depressed, but I just did not have any reason to work out. I had no reason to work out.
Yeah.
And so when I finally decided to get off my ass, it's because I couldn't fit in some clothes. And I was like, oh no, that's not going to work. I'm not buying new clothes. But that's always been my motivation. Like, honestly, that has always been my motivation. I don't like to look at myself in the mirror with excess fat, right? For me, right? This is not for anybody else. I
Yeah.
know what I like to look like. I
Hmm.
know what I like to look like naked,
Hmm.
and I know how I like to look in my clothes.
Mm.
So for me, when I can't fit in the clothes that I got in my closet and shit's too tight and I can't buckle shit up, that's my motivation. But it's always been my motivation. For women that are stuck in this rut, they have to ask themselves, what's going to get you off that couch? Like, what's going to make you want to do a workout? And not even just, and it's got to be something fun, you know? I think the problem with a lot of workouts are that they come in too hardcore and they're not making it quote fun, right? So if group classes are better for women because you need that camaraderie and you need that kind of that vibe of community, then
Hmm.
I say go to that 3 times a week, right? Learn how to eat properly, go to that 3 times a week. If you're a solo person, like
Stop
to
there.
work out.
Stop there for a moment. Obviously we're in different countries, but do you find generally in a standard, I guess what a Planet Fitness or something, that you'd be able to, as a woman, go to one of these classes and feel like it's a community, or are you just there with women and then as soon as it's finished, you're off kind of thing?
When I was going to these classes, like there was a gym out here. I'm not trying to promote anybody's gym, but there was a gym that I was going to. Was it UFit? Yeah, it's UFit. And it was a community. I would
Okay.
see them like interacting, and when they would see each other, they would high five each other. And I
Okay.
really think that's part of the trainer's job to kind
Mm.
of get people involved. Does that make
Yes.
sense? So when
Yes.
I was teaching classes, I would have moments where I'm like, pair it with somebody you don't even know, right? And I would say, high five somebody you didn't meet, whatever the case, so that I would create a community feel so that no one ever felt like they were by themselves.
Mm.
Again, I think that's on the trainer to kind of create that community. Um, because sometimes you're right. Sometimes it could be, them just feeling like they're going in by themselves and then coming out by themselves. So yeah, but I think it's part of the trainer's job to make them feel like more of a community.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. I feel, I guess, the less corporatized gymnasiums you go to, the more mom and pops or independently run gymnasiums, I think you will have more of that type of environment being sort of fostered versus in the corporate ones. Because from what I've seen, it's just in and out. I might, I'll put my head in and see what's going on, and they're not. Oh, Sarah, how's it going? Jane, oh yeah, that was a real. They're wiping the sweat off their brow and they're off. If they're not leaving the facility, they're going onto the treadmill or they're doing this. There's not like a team kind of a
See, when I was
community.
Yeah, when I was teaching, I would ask, is anybody new in here? I would have them raise their hands. Great, what's your name? I would welcome them and then I would walk up to them after class to make them feel welcome. And I would ask them what their goals are, what they're trying to achieve, whether or not they had talked to another trainer
Mhm.
about personal training, not just doing group fitness classes. Again, it really is, it's the responsibility of the trainer and whether or not that culture is part of that gym. Because
Mhm.
you're right, some gyms don't have that culture. It's literally, it's a money grab,
Yes.
It's a money grab. Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately. Are you still doing the classes and stuff?
No, I don't know.
Mm. Is that time? Is that just because you just don't have enough hours in the day to commit to do that, or
I'm gonna go with that answer, yes.
I like it. I like it.
I'm gonna go with that answer, yeah.
Okay. But and
Not
also, I
really
guess
know what I really feel about people.
ah I
Yeah,
think yeah, I think you've said more than enough, young lady.
I think I have. We'll sit there.
No, I get it. No, I do get it. It can be challenges. The wonders of humanity, and there's the other side of humanity. Yeah,
Yeah,
I get it. I totally get it.
I'm a little hermit right now. I stay away from people.
It, I know the feeling. I know the feeling. As I mentioned earlier, the world is it's a different place.
Really is. It
It's
is.
it's yeah.
It
It's
is.
it's a, the topography, the different languages, the cultures, the wonderful, the good, wonderful people makes this world a great place. Unfortunately, there's a lot of people just under like a mass hypnosis and they're just walking around like zombies doing the weirdest things. It's like, what on earth? What?
Right, right. And let's not talk about them getting on social media and becoming keyboard warriors.
Oh, well, also, but I think Marcy, we're of a similar age bracket, so we understand. In the late 90s, early thousands, when the internet was first coming up, with the AOL and dial-up and all that, we understood that this was a world inside of a world which was fictional.
Mhm.
Whereas people later on grown have entered this internet space and they think it's reality.
Yeah.
They literally think it's reality. And then you've got the other people, if you've got nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. They've never been taught that.
They've
So
never been taught that, honey. They want to
it's
say whatever they throw up whatever they
yeah.
feel like they needs to say, and I'm like, nobody asked you for that. And most of the times, I'm like 9 times out of 10, I ignore people, right? I ignore them. But
Mhm.
it's that 10th person that gets me, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
you can't come at me because I got a mouth. I'm all
Yes.
fun and games, but I got a mouth, and I will put you in your place.
100%. 100%. Was there some comments on one of your photographs was there some back and forth regarding the painting?
What painting?
Like the darkening of the skin, or am I thinking of another post of another
Darkening of the skin? Yeah, I don't know.
you know the stuff that you put on
Oh, the
the tan.
tattoo?
No, the
Oh, you mean
tan
the
stuff.
tan? You mean the
Yeah,
tanning?
the tanning.
Oh, there was a
Yes.
comment about that? I don't know. I must have missed that.
Yeah, there was people talking about, if you're black, why would you put the tan on yourself?
Oh, interesting. That's a really common question. That doesn't bother me. Stuff like that, that's purely out of not knowing. So,
Yes.
like, even the darkest of girls and men get tans. And the reason being is because it looks better underneath those bright lights.
Lights.
And they also put on like a glaze, which makes the muscles stand out. Right. So, if you notice, a lot of people look very shiny on stage. They
Okay.
put a glaze on them on top of the spray, and it literally just defines the muscles. That's
Each
all
muscle group.
that's all it does. And so
Okay.
yes, tanning is still important for I don't care if you're light bright, white, pale, black as night, purple, you still need a tan and you still need glaze. Yeah.
Is there any like performers, athletes? What would you dub the title of people who enter these competitions?
They're athletes.
Athlete, yeah.
They're athletes.
Do any not do this and just put the glaze on?
I don't know any personally, and I haven't seen any. I
Okay.
think that I don't know. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
That would be a question for somebody who's been in the business for 20 something years.
Yeah, like yeah, a season of it, I guess.
Yeah.
And how how easy is it for it to come off once you've applied it and you've done the posing, etc.? Does it last for a long period of time?
So mine lasted a week, a
Wow.
little bit longer than a week. The first comedy comes off while you're in the shower. It's like this weird army green color that goes down the sink. But then because you get two layers, right? And it's pretty in your skin, like it saturates your skin. It's
Wow.
basically like a stain. It's a stain.
Yes, yes, yes.
It's a stain. So for me, like if I got it done on Saturday, like Friday night, by the next Friday, Saturday, I still have like a reddish tint to my skin. Right. Like it lasts for like a week or so. Yeah.
Do you like having the extra color on for that period, or do you like seeing that change from that dark to the light to the
I like being tan. So during the summertime, I'll get outside in the backyard, lay in the pool all day long. I
yeah,
like personally tanning, but I
y-
also I get a more of a reddish because I have
red?
red undertones, you know what I
Hmm.
mean? Um,
Yes.
and that's a different kind of tan. Like I
Mm.
look like my daughter was like, Mom, you're dark. I'm like, yeah, I know.
Indeed, indeed. Funny games, funny games. But no, it's look, I love it as well. That's why I try and go jump on a plane as much as possible because living here with the lack of sun,
Yeah,
you do get a little pale, you see. So, topping
yeah,
up one's melanin is more than required. Getting that glow. And as you know, living over in the belly of the beast, as I call it, in America, and especially where you are, sunshine is quite apparent, you know.
yeah. It's nice here. Like even it's 40 something degrees right now. What is it, 41? And it's the sun is out. The sun is out,
Yeah.
it's shining. There's not a cloud in the sky. That's the only thing that makes it tolerable right now. I'll still
Mm,
like walk my dogs. I'm still gonna have a hoodie on, earmuffs, and gloves because it's 40 degrees.
yes.
But it's tolerable as long as I don't step in the shade.
And as you say, at least you've got that blue crisp sky, you've got the sun
Yeah,
shining. It's unfortunately it's a rarity over here to get that. It's nice when we do get it, and as you say, it does take the edge off, but when the sun's shining, most of the time people have a smile on their face. It just revitalizes humanity and mankind.
it does. Getting that vitamin D is so important. It really is. And a lot of people lose a lot of vitamin D during the winter because
Hmm.
there's not a lot of sun and or either it's cold outside and we're bundled up, so we're not showing as much skin. So we
Exactly.
don't get it. You know what I mean? But yeah, but I walk my dogs every day and I try to step outside at least 10, 15 minutes without too much layering on in the
Mm,
backyard just to get some vitamin D and then I walk
yeah.
back.
Yeah, I mean it's a big thing. I mean, what do they call it now? Seasonal autumnal disorder. Sad.
Yeah. hmm Yeah, for sure.
People have little special lights and lamps in their houses and stuff. Special, wonders of technology.
Yeah, it's good and it's bad all at the same time.
Yes, most definitely, most definitely. So what's next for yourself? You're on the steps to the pros. So
Yeah.
what's is it just one more competition and then you can go to pros? Oh,
Yeah, wish that.
okay.
Oh my God, if it was so that easy. So now that I'm qualified for the national stage, right? So I'm now
Yes.
qualified. So which means now my next shows will be a master's national show that can qualify me to win that pro card. So some people, if they're like, I know one girl, Shamara. She's a really good friend of mine from back in the day, as well as
Yes.
Shamara, right?
Yes.
She's genetically, well, she was when she was doing competing,
Yeah.
she was genetically smaller. So she automatically, like she literally got her pro card, I think within like the first or second show that she ever did. Yeah,
Wow.
she was like an anomaly. But there's girls out there and guys out there that just have that natural physique, right? That
Hmm.
are just naturally built for whatever division that they're going through. I am
Yes.
not. So I'm gonna have to work for it a little
Work
bit,
it.
which I'm okay with that, right?
Hmm.
Because something that's earned, it feels better, right? Not to say
Yes.
that she didn't earn it. That's not what I'm saying. Um, so for me, so the next show that I'm doing, we have a few shows that we're supposed to be doing, but it has to tie in with my daughter's dancing. Like she can't be dancing, and I can't be in two
Yeah,
places at once.
of
So
course.
I think we're gonna do. I want to say we had on the list Pennsylvania, Pittsburgh, the collegiate NPC juniors, and then there was another one. So I think we've got 3 to 4 shows that we've set up that I'm gonna try to get into so that I can win my pro card and hopefully win it by next year. But there's
Okay.
people that have not never won their pro card that haven't won it, and it took like 2 to 5 years. So
No, 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 no. We're not talking about anything like that, Marcy.
okay, We're
Man,
we're
yeah,
we're manifesting it for
yes.
2026 that I'm gonna have my pro card.
100%, sister. Listen, look, from what you're doing, from the photograph, did they actually record it? Is this viewable on YouTube at all? The actual
Uh,
competition?
we can purchase it. I didn't purchase it.
Okay.
I did not purchase it. I could have, but I chose not to. So
Mhm.
going into 2026, I'll probably end up purchasing them because I just want to make sure that I can kind of see my routine.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
going back to that then, so do you have a set routine or a set num poses that you have to do before? Okay.
Yep.
So you don't
Yep.
just go up and freestyle it and then do, okay, I want you, okay, okay.
No, there's a certain set of posing that you have to do. You've got to have your front pose, your side pose, and then your back pose, and then all of your transitions in between. Yeah.
Mm.
That's the part that I had to learn. I felt like a baby deer who had just been born trying to do these poses when I first started. And I was like, how do you want me to do this? I can't do this. I mean, obviously now I can, but it's because it's not natural. But now it is becoming
Yeah,
natural. And
muscle
so now
memory.
I'm finding my own flow and I'm finding my own, my own personality with inside of these poses, which you see a lot of girls, they add their little twitches, they add a little
Yeah.
because they want to stand out, which is absolutely fine. So I'm finding all of that myself.
Hmm. And as you mentioned previously, you did say that a family member, your friend's family member was saying, oh, it's just, you're just getting up in front of loads of people scantily clad kind of thing. Do you get those kind of remarks that, kind of cheapening your everything you've put forth to get to that point kind of thing? Good,
No,
good.
because everybody in my family knows what I'm doing, and including
Mhm.
my friends, right? Like they all see the hard work. They see, and again, most of my friends now, they're all dance moms. So they see their girls getting on stage. And not to say the girls are scantily clad, but sometimes they're in little two pieces, you know what I mean?
Yes,
So it's not about sexualizing this
yes.
sport. It's not
Mhm.
sexualizing dance. I don't think it should be sexualized at all. It's not, it's literally showing off the hard work that one has done in order to get on that stage to produce the body that they've produced? So no, I don't get those comments. And if they
Excellent.
did, I would tell them to fuck off.
Yeah, I know this. I know this. Do you have to get the muscles to pop? I know athletes do this in regards to their to making certain weights, but do you water load to strip it down and remove the water out of your body?
Yes, it's not as dramatic as I remember it being when I first did it back in like 2016 and 2012. But yeah, I was drinking about 4 liters, but I drink that now anyway.
Okay.
So as before, I think I had to drink like 2 gallons before, whereas I didn't have to do it this time. So, and then the difference between back in the early 2000s and now is we were adding in salt. Whereas before there was a whole thing process of like, don't add salt because it holds on to water weight. Where a lot of people were dying because they didn't have enough sodium in their system. So
Sodium, the electrolytes, yeah.
bodybuilding has transitioned a lot. It's still not the healthiest sport out there, right? It really isn't. However, it's become healthier in a way where I think these athletes are now realizing we don't want to kill our bodies. We don't want to die while trying to do this.
Hmm.
So how do we do this in a way where we can still, get down to the bare minimum to look how we want to look without killing ourselves? And I love this transition. I love that they added in salt. I love that I wasn't drinking 2 gallons. That shit is hard. Drinking two
Mm,
gallons in
I
a day,
know, I
that
know.
is hard.
So for the laity who don't understand what we're talking about, what just paint us a vivid picture. So the day before, would you start doing it the day before or the day doing the water loading?
I was drinking 4 liters. The If my show was on that Saturday, I'd start that Saturday before, so 7 days before.
Oh, seven. Oh,
And
okay.
yeah, so I was drinking 4 liters, and then depending on because I was checking in every single day, and then she would
Mhm.
drop me down to 3 liters. So by the time I got to my actual show, it was like, here, sip this. You
Mm.
can have an ounce. But at
Yeah.
that point, you don't want to do too much because you don't want your muscles to look watered down and flat.
Yes.
You
Flats.
want
Yeah.
them to pop.
Pop.
So
Hmm.
I had a lot of almond butter, syrup. I don't do honey. Honey makes me inflamed.
Okay.
Syrup and rice. A lot of rice. Not rice cakes. Rice cakes give me gas, but like regular jasmine rice, I can eat
Ah,
rice. Yeah. Rice cakes give me gas. I love them, but they give me like the worst gas.
I guess because of the highly processed, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, and do you reduce your calorific intake as well during this process, or?
My caloric intake was pretty low. I'm not even going to tell you how much it is. It'll scare people. It was pretty low, but that was because we were really trying to. I remember I lost 30 something pounds.
This is what I'm trying to pull out of you, sis.
I lost like 30 pounds and I've kept it off. I was like 150, I think I was 150, 58, 159 when I first got with her.
Mhm.
So, and because mind you, I'm older, menopause, right?
Yes, exactly.
Went through menopause, right?
Hmm.
And so all of that shit played into a huge role. And I carry all of my weight from my waist down. My upper half, people were noticing, my God, you like you're 10 percent body fat. And I was just like, yeah, but you're not looking at my lower half. My
Okay.
lower half keeps, but that's usually where women keep it anyway. If it's
Hmm.
not in their abdominal, it's in their lower half.
Yes,
That's where the estrogen sits. So
indeed.
we were trying to get that nonsense gone, and it was stubborn and it wouldn't move. And I was like, fuck you, fat, get off. Would not do it. So my cardio increased, right?
Mhm.
I was doing 45 minutes on the bike fasted, three times, four times a week, I want to say, and then doing running two times a week. I was doing cardio six times a week. Six freaking times a week, right? I was in the gym for a total, I was working out for a total of about 3 hours per day. Yeah.
Woo!
Split up. Like it wasn't all at
Yes, of
once, it was split
course.
up.
You
But it
destroy
was
yourself if you did that all in one go, sis.
baby, it was dramatic. And again, and just because I had a lot of excess body fat.
Hmm.
So during the reverse, which is what I'm in right now, during the reverse, my coach has been very specific. She was like, the reverse can be harder than the actual prep, which I understand, right? You're coming off off of no eating, and so now
Yeah.
you can eat, and your body is like, or your mind is like, oh my God, I can eat again. I
Mm.
need all the food.
Yeah.
Fortunately, because I remember how hard my prep was. And not everybody's prep is like that. I know girls that literally eased into a prep. They only did like 3 days of cardio and walked 45 minutes. I was not one of them. I want to be one of them. I was not.
Well, they didn't have the 30 to lose, that's why.
Right, exactly. Everybody's body is different, and I
Mhm.
completely understand that. So I'm not upset about it, but I learned because I don't want to go through that kind of prep again. I have to maintain my weight. Now, mind you, I put on some weight, right? I put on body fat, which is what we want. We want the metabolism to get
Indeed.
back to normal. I want my hormones back to normal.
Yeah.
So I put on weight, but honey, I'm still at 138.
Nice.
I'm still at 138 pounds, which is where I would like to stay. I don't want to get any heavier. 140 max.
I was
Anything
just
over
saying
freaking
140.
out.
Yeah, yeah, 140.
140 is max for me. I do
Hmm.
not, because again, when I go into next season, when I'm dropping weight,
Yeah.
right, I want to be able to drop it easier.
Easy. Yeah. Yeah.
Man, when I tell you that was one of the hardest, it was hard. It was hard.
I can see the amount of pro athletes I've spoken to and they discuss their weight cutting. There's a gentleman by the name of Merab Davasvili.
Okay.
He was the former UFC bantamweight champion. He did his cuts the night before his fight. Every time he fights, that's what he does. And he's
Mm.
cutting 30 plus pounds.
Oh, that's crazy.
Nuts, right? But the cardio on this guy,
Yeah,
Marcy, is out of this world. It's
yeah,
unworldly. He does it. Yeah. Respect to you guys who are able to, to not only control the mind, but to control the body as well, and to
yeah.
sculpt and to mold the body into the machine that you want it to be.
Yeah, it's a challenge, and I think that's where like I don't I think it's a great idea that people should try it once. If this is ever an idea that you wanted to do just to say you've done it, I think it's a great idea, right? To see how far you can push yourself and whether or not you've got that discipline because it bleeds into other areas of your life, honestly. If you, like you said, if you can control your mind, you can control every aspect of your life, right? You're not going
Indeed.
to give to cravings and temptations here and there,
Hmm.
which fortunately I have not. And even if I have, they're so small and my taste buds have changed so drastically that nothing tastes good. If it's not oatmeal with some syrup in it, like when I so for Christmas, I got my family ham because I don't eat meat. I only eat fish. Ham, potatoes, broccoli, and a carrot cake, right? All
Hmm.
got it from a honey baked ham. And so I was like, ooh, this carrot cake sounds good. I'm about to give you some carrot cake, right?
Hmm.
I ate it and I was like, that didn't taste right.
Oh no.
Tasted processed.
Wow.
My taste buds have changed so much. And that's another thing about when you start eating well and you cut sugar out of your diet, not even doing the bodybuilding,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
when you
yeah.
cut sugar out of your diet, you don't crave it anymore. You don't crave that weird, I need this, this, and that. It doesn't control you, and your taste buds do change. So I ate it and I was like, I won't be eating. So there's a whole freaking cake in there that maybe a third of it has been eaten.
Bam.
And
You're
it's
lucky.
still sitting there. And I'm about to throw the shit out because no one's going to eat it.
If we were neighbors, I'd be knocking Marcy.
I would have given it to you. That's what you want. I'm here, take it. But nobody, my daughter didn't eat it. My husband's eaten a couple of bites, but I mean, overall, like I have not, and it's still sitting there. I have not gone back and eaten it.
So would you say that your taste buds have changed or have they dulled from this process?
I wouldn't say they've dulled. They're actually sharper, right? So I don't
Mm.
need that sweet
Oh,
processed sugar. It's too sweet for me.
okay.
It's too sweet.
Hmm.
So for me, I use monk fruit, which is the sweetest that I'll ever use, right? And it comes from I don't use white sugar for anything.
Oh
I
yeah,
use
yeah. Then we don't do no white sugar. Yeah, 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 yeah.
I use monk fruit for everything. I use coconut sugar for my brown sugar. I don't use any
Uh-huh.
processed
Yeah.
granulated sugar at all.
Hmm.
But my taste buds have like I don't need that excess sugar. I don't even need a lot of salt because they're so sharp. I can taste it. It's
Wow.
just too much for me. It's too much.
So I guess so you do sea salt or rock salt?
I do, yes, I do. But even then, I do like a little twist, and that's it.
Yeah, that's what you need
All is
because
there.
that shit's powerful as is already, so you don't need to go overtime with that.
Don't need right. So I don't do any lorries. I don't do any of that stuff. Like none of it. None of it.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's a process, man. It's a process, sis. It's a
It is a process.
process.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
It is.
And as I said at the start of our conversation, trustfully, all of the things that you are doing, whether there are people who you physically can touch and you know, or just people on social media are watching your journey and saying, let me implement just that little portion there into my
Yeah.
life.
And if they do, it's the small steps that lead to bigger gains. Right?
Yes.
Cutting out soda, right? Cutting out sugar, cutting out iodized salt, like all of that, just small changes. It will lead to bigger gains throughout the path.
Explain that, sorry. Cutting out iodine salt.
Yeah, instead of using Himalayan salt, because iodine
Okay.
salt has minerals, and I would rather people use sea
The natural.
salt or rock salt. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Yes, because you have it added into your salt in America, don't you?
Hmm.
Yeah, which is not the
You're gonna
natural
want
form
that.
of it. Yeah.
Yeah. Rock salt, it doesn't matter if it's pink or white, purple, as long as it's sea
Mm,
salt, rock salt, it doesn't matter. Yeah.
yes. The best look, we just, we've kind of been thrown so far left away from nature. It's unbelievable. Like
Yeah.
I was in the supermarket, yes, the day before yesterday, whenever it was, and I saw that processed salts. It was like it used to be like really, really cheap. It's still cheap in comparison to rock salt, but it was pence. It was
Yeah.
like 13 odd pence or something. Like who would buy who would buy that stuff?
People who don't know,
Yeah, yeah. I
you
guess
know.
it's been on the journey. I've been on this journey since 2002. So a pretty long time, but
Yeah.
reasons and seasons and people, have their own journey and their own reason and their own seasons of think, oh, let me actually study to show thyself approved.
Yeah.
Let me look at, rather than, oh, I've got this ailment, let's call the doctor. Let's actually do some research and think, oh, diet.
You can heal your body with just food.
Hmm. Go on.
You can really heal your body. You can get rid of cancerous cells. You can get rid of arthritis. You can get rid of gout. You can get rid of
Hmm.
just there's so many ailments that food
Hmm.
can either help you heal from or either exacerbate it. And usually it's ultra processed foods, right? It's
Exactly.
foods that have the carrageenan in it, that have the soy in it, that have
Mm,
um, the red number dyes,
yeah.
number all the dyes that are in it. There's again processed foods, right? And don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that once you just throw out everything in their pant, well, they probably should, but
They're not there
but
yet. They're not there
we're
yet.
not there yet. But the same, like it's what I teach my daughter, right? There's a store out here called Sprouts and Whole Foods, right? I'm an advocate for shopping there, and I only do organic foods.
Hmm.
And so, like, I buy cookies for her because she's a kid, right? She needs
Yes.
it. I don't buy Oreos.
Oh, no, no,
I don't buy
no.
Oreos. I buy a brand called Good Girl, Goode Girl,
Hmm.
and all of their ingredients. And this is how I told it to my daughter. I said, look at Oreos. We were in the store one day. Look at Oreos.
Yeah, yeah.
Read the ingredients. She was like, I don't know those words. I was like, exactly.
Exactly. And the
I said, now
amount of different things in there.
right. Just to make this thing that
Yeah,
says it's gluten free. Don't
yeah.
believe the hype, y'all.
Mm,
Gluten free don't mean nothing, but all
hmm.
those chemicals going into your body, that does
Yes.
mean something. And so
Hmm.
when I told her to look at the other, the alternative, healthier version, right? Read those. I mean, of course, she had trouble pronouncing some of the words, but they were all words that she could pronounce.
Hmm. Hmm.
I'm like, and that's the difference. And that's
Yeah.
what I try to teach even on social media. Like, I'm not telling you to stop eating cookies. However, one, you can either make them at home and
Yeah.
or either two, find a different brand
Yeah.
that has better ingredients and you can still have cookies and enjoy fun and have, your sweet tooth. I've got a major sweet tooth, but I buy things and or either I cook them at home myself.
Me too. Fresh. They have to be. If they're not going bad in 3 days, you just don't even bother. Don't bother with
Right,
it.
right,
Like
right.
like bread. Literally, this is so synchronistic because I think me and the Empress yesterday were talking about bread, or even maybe today, and you have up to was it 10 plus ingredients in bread,
It shouldn't be that many.
and
It
it
should not be that
lasts
many. It
for
should be
like
some,
well 3 to 4, unless you're going to use some herbs and spices in there to add to increase that
that's it.
number.
That's it. I know. I know. I know. I know.
It's
I know.
it's 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 interesting times we are in, Marcy. Interesting
I know.
times. So as we wind down, young lady, I don't want to take up too much of your time in on this festive periods.
Yeah. It's New Year's Eve, is what my daughter says.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The Empress said that to me today, and I was like, oh my God, already,
Yeah, already.
already.
2026 is here, honey.
The
Close your eyes. Wake up tomorrow.
Gregorian year of 2026 welcomes us all, and it will be a
I'm looking
prosperous.
forward to it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so much looking forward to 2026.
Yeah.
Um, Dreams are to be fulfilled,
Yes.
and goals are to be attained. New goals are to be made. Um, Losses are lessons, and yeah, just yeah, it's going to be it's outside of what we can control. It's going to be very messy. I will say that it's going to be hella messy. So just be diligent, stay on your P's and Q's,
Yeah,
be the best version you can every single day, as everyone should be striving to.
absolutely.
At the end of the day, unpack the day. Like in the old days, and you sit around at the table, son, how was your day? Daughter, how was your day? This is what happened to me at the plant, or whatever it may be. Unpack,
Yeah,
talk, discuss, take the little crack phones and ban them from the dining room.
absolutely. We don't have any phones out when we're at restaurants, when we eat. We don't do any of that stuff. When we do, we sit
Yeah,
around, we ask, like, how was your day? Tell me what you learned in school,
yes.
all the things.
The important things, the engaging things. We're just giving
Yeah.
us technology is a wonderful thing, and I implement it and use it on a regular basis, on a daily basis. But it's utilizing it for the yeah, it has its purpose, right? It's a utilitarian tool
Yeah.
with social elements to it. Whereas, unfortunately, it seems, especially for the youngsters, it's their whole world.
It
So
is.
they've been out of the womb, they're given mobile phones to play around with. Then they sit down in their push chairs and they're given tablets. And then when they take them off them, the children are going absolute nuts. They're having withdrawal symptoms from the technology.
I know. That's one thing that I try to keep with my daughter. She got a tetherball. Do you remember tetherball, the game?
Yes.
So she wanted a tetherball. So we just put a tetherball. She's got a trampoline outside. We got tetherball. She's got
Yeah.
a roller. Like we make sure that she does things. So when her friends come over, they're very rarely inside. They're
Hmm.
either playing games, right?
Hmm.
They're making up games,
Yeah,
or
we
they're
go.
outside playing on the trampoline.
Hmm.
Like my daughter, because as you said, we come from that age, right? Being outside was not a punishment. A punishment was not going outside.
Exactly.
Right. So now, like, I try to I implement that with my daughter. I'm like, hey, go outside. It's sunny outside. Go play with the dogs. Go do something.
Hmm.
So yes, while she has her electronics, right, because we live in a world where it's inevitable,
Yes.
she also has a nice balance. And I think that's another thing too about keeping kids busy, right? So
Yeah.
she's at the studio 4 days a week, anywhere 4 days a week, 4 hours per day.
Whoa.
She's busy.
Yeah.
She's too busy to be doing anything else, and that's exactly what I wanted for her, right? So,
Focus,
yeah,
focus,
absolutely.
focus,
Yeah,
focus. So she can create the now self and the future self.
yeah.
That's what it's all about. Honest, sis, you are doing the thing. I'm excited. I'm enjoying the journey. I love the stuff that you post.
Thank you. Thank
Um,
you.
is there anything that we missed out, or is there anything you want to discuss before we wind down?
I mean, I am starting. I'm not opening up. I was going to open up a program where people could work with me one-on-one, but I've decided against that because, again, my thought on people.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
however, I am working on a new ebook, and I'm working on a membership only go at your own pace workout program where
Mm,
it's going to be less expensive. You don't have to check in with me. You don't have to do any of that stuff unless you want that added on extra. So I'm working on that right now to get that up and running, and it's going to be called the Phoenix Rebuild.
is
And
that
it's for men and women, 35 and over, right?
ah?
Follow along, module breakdown. It's going to have meal plans in it. It's going to have uh, an understanding of what food does for your body, how
Hmm.
food can heal you. So it's not literally just here's a workout. I will be teaching
Yeah.
everything I know for
Hmm.
them, for those that want it. So
And
yeah, that's something that I'm working on right now.
will this be app or web-based?
This will be both. No, I'm not
Ah,
doing it. It'll be web-based. So, but you'll
web-based.
be able to get it on your phone. Yeah, yeah.
Perfect.
It'll be web-based. Yeah.
Perfect.
So
Perfect.
anybody in the world will be able to access it. I'm excited. I'm excited about this new journey. Again, like I said, here's the thing that I realized, especially about me being who I am and where I come from. I feel like 70% of the people are stuck in the past, which is fine, right?
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
you got that 30% that overlaps that 70% that are like, hey, we really want your help. We really want some fitness and wellness tips and ideas. So I'm creating it for those 30%.
Which is still a big number.
It is a big number, right? And again, like I'm doing it for my men and for my women, so it's not just, men focused only, right?
Hmm.
So I want to be able to get something out there. And again, this is something that people can do continuously. It's not the new year, new you crap. It is
Yeah.
somebody that is really serious, that really wants to help, that really wants to dive in and create that change. And sometimes
Yes.
people just need a little bit of a helping hand, and that's what I'm here for, to give them that helping hand.
Hope in hand, motivation and guidance, most definitely, sis. It has been wonderful as always, having our varied and wide discussions. I will make sure I put the links below down in the description. Lastly, as I always say, let's see if this has changed since the last time. Um, Please tell us who you are, young lady, but do not tell us your name.
Oh, we did not. I'm Marci Scott. Coach Marci Scott. I am the owner and creator of Phoenix Tribe Fitness LLC. I am a mother. I am a friend. I am an NPC competitor. I am your motivator. I am your inspiration. I am your jokester.
Wonderful. Make sure you go over if you haven't already subscribed and on the old Instagram, make sure you check that out. I'll put the links below and your website as well. And enjoy the journey. Thank you very
Thank,
much for your time, young lady.
thank you. Happy New Year to you and your family.
Wonderful. New Year's greetings for all. I'll try and get it out before 2026, but if not, it will be in January. January.